What's going on, everyone? Blessing to you, blessing to your family. I hope you are good after the match, Aston Villa against Arsenal. I'm sure there have been disappointments, and there still are disappointments, and there will be disappointments, and hopefully at the end of the season it doesn't cost us. But as usual, I want to take a look at what we did well, what we did not do so well, how they affected us in terms of how we play, and how we could have affected the game differently by doing a few things, right? So, what I want to go through here are some key plays that occurred in the game. I want to highlight this that's on screen now because this was a very familiar theme throughout the match, i.e., when they got set plays, they tried to crowd around our keeper. David Raya is not a tall keeper. And additionally, it would make sense for them to do this if they've been analyzing our game. And David Raya kind of brought this pressure on himself because they see that him coming out and getting the ball in these situations, he does not do it very well. As far as the past few games. And so this was a very familiar theme throughout, where what they're doing here is they're really crowding around him, not giving him any space. And what they're trying to do, in this case, Leon Bailey, is trying to put that ball across right underneath the goal post here, right? Or the crossbar, as a matter of fact. And so it will make it very difficult for him to gather the ball. Luckily for us, this did not cause us much issues. So kudos to us on the defensive play. It seems like our defensive coach went ahead, or set play slash defensive coach. They went ahead and they cleaned up this very nicely. So that didn't affect us too much. So that was good in that regard. Right. So I wanted to highlight that for those for that reason. So let's play on here and see what happens. Leon Bailey is coming here. We know he has a magical left foot himself on the right side with the in-swinger. David Luiz from the right side whenever he takes it. Jesus heads away on this occasion. That was good from Jesus. Now I want to highlight this play because what was happening here, this team, Aston Villa, they have a very high line, right? And what we should have done in the first half was take better advantage of this high line. And that was something that I saw before the game. And that's why I was so confident that we would have give them trouble. So in this scenario, it is not necessarily that we are looking to take advantage of the high line, but Bukayo Saka in this case has the ball and he sees Martinelli in some wide open space over here. And what he's doing is trying to play the ball in this area. And so Gabriel Martinelli can take advantage of the open area here, or he can cut back and look for someone else in this area. On this occasion, let's see how Bukayo Saka dealt with this. So let's play on here and see what happens. So here he sees Martinelli, he crosses it all the way. Martinelli with a very good control. We know he's good at that. He looks up, and what he sees here is Bukayo Saka open on the opposing wing, right? And what he does is he will play a ball in here, which was a very good choice by Martinelli, over the top and in behind the defense in this area right here for Bukayo Saka to gather and try to have a shot on goal. And what did happen here is that Bukayo Saka, he did receive the ball in this area, but it was a complete miskick from him, and that resulted in a missed chance, which I think was the first chance of the game, and we could not take advantage of that. So that was the first big chance for us. In this case, what I want to highlight here is how this team moved the ball. It is as if we're watching Arsenal in claret and blue in this case. They're very good at keeping the ball. They pass it out of their back line very well, very efficiently, and that is what we were seeing on this occasion. Here is Carlos. He's passing it off to Konsa on the right. He's not playing it anywhere. He's very precise. He knows what he's doing in this case. And let's take a look at Leon Bailey's position here. If you see, here is Leon Bailey. He's coming for the ball short right here, right? Konsa have a few options, because here's Kamara in the middle. He can pass it in the middle here to Kamara because he has a lot of space. I'm not sure why he has so much space in the middle of the park here, but such is their movement. Their movement, it is very, very similar to how we play, right? And so in this case, let us see how they handle this. So here they go. Leon Bailey, he comes short. He gets the ball. Now, let's take a look at Zinchenko's body shape in this case. Zinchenko's body shape is all wrong here, right? Zinchenko, he is all wrong here. He's looking to come inside with Bailey. Remember, Bailey is a very, very fast player, right? So what needs to happen if this defensive player for us, if we do not win this ball, we're in trouble, because as I said, their movement is very good. Because Zinchenko's body shape is all wrong here, if this player does not win the ball, we are in big trouble. And that is exactly what happened. So he passes the ball off inside to Kamara, who was free, and now they're moving the ball very fluid, very fast, right? And now he has the ball. Now, let's take a look at Zinchenko again. And because Zinchenko was out of position, now he finds himself inside here. Now, Gabby Magalhaes, he has to go out and deal with Leon Bailey, right? Remember, Leon Bailey is a very fast player, right? So he's looking to take Gabby out here, or he can run past Gabby if he has enough speed and come on the inside here, which is super dangerous, right? But Big Gabby has some speed, right? So we're thinking, okay, he can cut him off from cutting inside here. However, Zinchenko, he needs to find himself in a defensive position. That's if Bailey cuts it back here, because we know he can go on both foot. His strongest is his left foot, but as I said before, he can use that right foot and use it very efficiently, right? So let's see what he does here. So he brings it on the outside. He looks up. He looks for the other Aston Villa player. He sells it right there, right? So he fakes as if he's coming inside, and then he brings it back outside. Now, we are in deep trouble here, right? Now we have two defenders marking Leon Bailey, which is not the ideal situation. We kind of want to create a double obstacle for him. We don't want to be in the same position. So if he beats one player, he needs to have another player that he needs to beat and slow down the game so that the rest of the defense can get back and create some help here. That was not what happened. He looks inside, and look what happens here. He looks inside. He's very calm. He beats his player. He sees his man right where the 9 needs to be. Now, this is McGinn. This is another of Villa, very, very good player. This player is underrated in my opinion. He's very calm on the ball. He can use both feet, and he is very efficient, has been especially in the past few weeks. We know that he can create damage. Now, once he gets the ball here, now, if he is calm enough, he can slot this home, no worries. He has the goal very open. Remember, the last time we spoke, I spoke about how quickly we move the ball, and Villa is doing just that in this case. As I said, it's like Arsenal in claret and blue. And look what they did here. So he sees McGinn, right? And now he passes it to McGinn in the ideal spot. Now look at McGinn. He still has a little bit to do because he gets the ball. He's not facing the goal yet. But as I tell you, as I said before, McGinn is a very efficient player. So now he has this entire real estate to aim after, because David Raya is still on the near post and he has a very good left foot as well. So let's see how this turns out. McGinn, because of his efficiency, boom, goal. Nothing we can do about it. It's too quick. Our defenders got themselves in a pickle. Now, look at this line. As I tell you, this team, they play one of the highest line I've ever seen. Look at their line right here. Now, in this case, it's not even that high. In some stages of the game, their line was all the way here. This is where the line was. And such is their play. So what we had to do was continuously play the ball over the top and have our runners, our midfielders, they would be the most effective in this game if we do it correctly, right? So because they're playing that high line, we need runners running from deep. We need Kai Havertz. We need Odegaard. We need Declan Rice. If needs be, we need them running from deep. And that is how we would catch this high line out of place. So in this case, we attempted to do this, and this play was offside, but I still wanted to show you how this could be effective, right? So if Declan Rice does what he needs to do, here we have our winger, Martinelli, high and wide. He needs to play the ball in and around this area, right? And if he plays it correctly, Martinelli, he's looking right across the line. He's seeing them. So if he plays the correct ball here, whether it be Declan Rice or he passes it off, the only thing Martinelli needs to do is time his run properly and he'll be in. So in this case, let's see how this play turns out. So Declan Rice, he looks up, he sees Kai Havertz. No, I'm not using Kai Havertz. I'm going to use Big Gabby. Not Big Gabby, it's Saliba. Saliba passes it to Big Gabby, and now let's pause it here. He looks up, the same play that I mentioned before. Look what he does. So he looks, he sees Martinelli. He sees him making a dart in here. Martinelli loved this run. This is where knowing your players come in. Now, if this pass is good enough, it goes straight over the top and drops in here for Martinelli, right? Let's see what happens. So here we go. He sees it. Bang, he makes the pass. Now Martinelli is in. Martinelli has one-on-one with Emi. No, we know that Emi is a good keeper, but we also know that Martinelli is a very efficient finisher. And I back Martinelli one-on-one against any keeper in the Premier League. And in this case, it was offside, right? But it was a very, very good play. And that should have been the blueprint that we use to say, this is how we beat these guys in terms of their high line and taking advantage of the fact the line is that high, right? So in this case, it did not work, but here we have another play that this is also coming from deep, and this was probably the best chance we have in the game. So right now we have Kai on the ball, and Kai Havertz, he has a couple of options here, right? So what he can do, he can cut it back for El Capitan here, Martin Odegaard, or he can choose a very hard angle, but that angle would not be a very smart choice. Why? Because Emi's on the front post. He's watching that all the way. Or he can come on the inside to Jesus. That is a more dangerous position. He is in the ideal 9 position here. He should have a better shot on goal. Or Jesus can actually lay it back for Odegaard, and Odegaard would have a shot on goal. So let us see how this plays out here. So Kai Havertz has it, he passes it to Jesus. Jesus, he lays it off to Martin Odegaard. Now, Martin Odegaard, this is Odegaard 101 right here. Whenever Odegaard has the ball in and around this area, I am happy because I know Martin Odegaard loves this position. So he can go high here. He has all of this real estate to aim at, or he can take it on his right and he can go high here, right? He can probably go low and catch Martinez off, right? If it's a quick shot. But we know that Odegaard loves the ball on his left foot, and I would back him every day to beat a keeper with a shot on his left foot from this position. So here we go, Martin Odegaard gets it, and bang. Good shot, not a bad shot, but it was ideal for Martinez, right? We know Martinez is a good keeper, but if Odegaard places that correctly, it is a goal, 100%. And I thought that Martin Odegaard, he was not very efficient in this game overall with his shots, and that probably cost us the game in the end. But let's see what happens as we move on here. And at this point in the second half, we were starting to work out this high line, especially after we came back out. We were making runs from deep, such as this play. This came from deep to Gabriel Jesus. And what happened here, Gabriel Jesus, nice control. He's one-on-one with the defender. We back Jesus every day to do that. And what he does next is typical Gabriel Jesus. He gets a very quick snapshot off, and Emi was equal to it. We know he is good, so no surprise that he made that save right there. But that was a good effort from Jesus, right? But at this stage of the game, we had them where we want them, right? Now, as I said, from deep again, look at this line, right? I keep emphasizing this line because this is how Aston Villa play. We would have known this, right? We would know that from the Manchester City game, this is how they play. They are very good. Liverpool plays a high line, but I've never seen a line this high like Aston Villa, right? And so we need these players. We need the Zinchenko's. We need the run from here, right? We need a quick turn from Jesus here to get in behind. We need the runs from Odegaard to beat this high line, right? This is coming from deep. Now, this is a pass from Declan Rice to Zinchenko. And once Zinchenko gets this ball, if he moves as quickly as we know that he can, as we expect that he should be doing here, because he has a whole lot of space here to turn and do whatever he wants with the ball, then we should be in with a good chance if we have our runners up front here. So let's see what Zinchenko does. Now he gets the ball, he turns, he looks. Look at this. Now Kai Havertz is on it. Kai Havertz had a very good game, by the way. I really like Kai Havertz in this game. Kai Havertz is already gone. Remember I told you, Kai Havertz had renewed confidence over the past few games. So now Kai Havertz sees the play. Zinchenko also sees it. Kai Havertz is in. Now the line is in trouble. Look at their body position. Look at this defender. He knows that he's in trouble. He cannot recover quick enough because Kai Havertz already sees what is happening and he's going here. Now, this defender, we can say that he can give Kai Havertz a challenge, but once Kai Havertz gets goal side, he is in trouble because he would have to foul Kai Havertz and he possibly give away a penalty if he does that, right? So in this case, that was a very good play, probably one of our best plays, right? So let's see what happens from here. Kai Havertz now, he's on his bike. Good. We are in a good position. He looks up. Now, Kai Havertz have a couple of options here as well. Now, he can try and beat Emi from here, right? If he's quick enough, snapshot, very unlikely because Emi is a very, very good goalkeeper. And if we're going off accolades, he is the best in the world, right? So he can go with that option, or he can hold the ball up and he can wait for the prime position. This is it right here. Here is Jesus arriving, right? We know that if Jesus goes here, this defender, his attention will be caught. This defender as well, his attention will be pulled towards the ball and Jesus, right? Now, the danger man in this position is El Capitan again. Do you know why? David Luiz, he's seen Odegaard, but he's too late. He can't get there, right? So if Odegaard ever gets this ball, they are in big trouble. Everyone's attention is on Kai Havertz here, right? 1, 2, 3 defenders. They're all paying attention to Kai Havertz. He is drawn to the ball here. So we have two danger men. Jesus can get the ball here, and we have Odegaard, but he is the danger man. Why? Because no one is really marking Odegaard right here. They're in trouble if Odegaard gets this ball. Now, let's see what happens here. So Kai Havertz has the ball. Bang, he plays it in that danger position. And then Odegaard, let's roll it back a little bit. Odegaard gets it, and on his left foot all day, Odegaard should be scoring that goal. Odegaard, those were two prime chances, both of them fall into Martin Odegaard on his left peg, and I'm expecting that ball to be bulging the net anywhere here, right? And as I said, he's in that position. This is prime Odegaard position. He loves here, and I would back him every day to make them pay. But in this case, unfortunately, it did not. So this is where we need to be much more efficient. We needed to be more efficient with our runs. We fixed that in the second half, and now we needed to be more efficient in the final third, our passing, our decision making. And today it was lacking, and there was a miss there as well from Martin Odegaard. So I did not go into the disallowed goal, even though it's controversial. I have gotten used to the fact that Arsenal will not get these calls. One, because our coach is Mikel Arteta. Two, because we are Arsenal, and there seems to be some kind of agenda against Arsenal for some reason. I know there is definitely one against Mikel Arteta because of what he said, and the officials are looking for any little thing that they get that they can punish Mikel Arteta with. So I'm not expecting to get any of these calls, but it was not supposed to come down to the calls in the end, especially for this game. We should have won this game, and we should have done so easily, in the sense that we got plenty chances that we should have put away, and we did not bury them, and that ended up costing us in the end. So let me roll it back from the top, right? And let us see. This was their setup in most of their set plays, and rightly so. Any good coach would try to take advantage of this, and luckily it did not cost us. Good there from Jesus. In the other play, this was a good player combination between Saka and Martinelli, right? And Saka fluffed his lines here. I think that Saka could have done much better with this play. Martinelli, good control. He cuts it back. He plays over the top for Bukayo Saka, right? And Bukayo Saka should be putting this away, definitely. Unfortunately, that did not work out. Now, here is their play and how they got their goal. Very good move. I have to give them credit. They are a very good team. Hopefully, when they come back to the Emirates, we can fix that. Here's Leon Bailey, their danger man, my compatriot, of course. He passed it off, and he's moving. He's very quick. He's moving. Zinchenko is out of position. Now, Gabi sees it. He's trying to save the day here, but Leon Bailey, he's too quick. And here comes McGinn, very calm, very composed. He finishes very well with his left foot. Raya has no chance. Bang, 1-0 to Aston Villa. Now here we find out how to play these guys in this high line. We were doing it very well. We were in control all the way. Here comes Gabriel Magalhaes. He knows Martinelli can run in behind. He makes a very good pass over the top. They're in trouble here. Martinelli skips over Emmy. Unfortunately, this was offside, and the defender came back to help. So that was that. Here comes Kai Havertz. Jesus, very good layoff, and this should have been at least 1-1 to the Arsenal. Very good chance for Odegaard there, and he did not make them pay. And here is another chance from Gabriel Jesus, not very effective in the game, and that is, of course, credit to Aston Villa, but he did have a very good chance there and made a good attempt, but Emi saved. And in the last case, it was Martin Odegaard after some good play from deep, which we needed to keep on doing. Zinchenko seeing Kai Havertz making a good run from Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz looks on the inside. He sees Jesus and Odegaard, and once again, Odegaard fluffed his lines. But that there is it. We did not win this one. We did not win this one. But what I can say is we have to brush ourselves off. We have to move again. We have a midweek game, so we have to get our heads in the game. And we have already qualified for Champions League, but we do not want to make losing a habit. So we have to pick ourselves up. We have to go again. I'm not going to dwell on this VAR situation because it makes no sense that we do it. We already established that these people do whatever they want when they want. So talking about it seems to fall on deaf ears right now. Deaf ears. So with that being said, I hope you found this analysis insightful. Please leave a comment, leave a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you did not like it. That's perfectly reasonable as well. And let me know what you think about it. So with that being said, we will speak next time. Be safe and see you soon. Walk good.